Well, folks, welcome back to part 2 of our St. Paddy's Day extravaganza. Part 1, we had 5 lighter side Irish beers. Now it's time to go on to the dark side with 4 more.
It's the Guinness takeover, boys.
Yeah, it is, man.
Except for this little guy, he's a little white boy from Colorado. He's like, hi, I saw some people over here having fun, but I thought I'd make the same style beer as you.
Oh, aren't you just cute there now?
Well,
Yeah.
hey there, bud. What you doing over here with the big boys?
That's all, you know, because I'm here.
Hopefully you can play with your big boy pants on there, bud.
Well, it's a Nitro Irish Stout, so anything really Nitro, basically it's the same way that they dispense regular Guinness as a porter. It's a dry Irish porter, so this one is going on the Irish Stout side, but still Nitro, so you're going to get a lot of the same mouthfeel in that, I'm sure.
Oh, Breckenridge. You think Breckenridge is okay off?
Well, Breckenridge is really, they got a pretty good brewery themselves, so I ain't writing him off. I think that he deserves to be tasted amongst these other true Irish beers. So.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's move on to our new rounds.
So this is our first dark beer category. It's a dry Irish porter, and it was the first really dark beer that they decided to make. The brewery did open up in 1759, and then it opened up more production in the early 1817. They opened up a bigger brewery and started. They moved to Dublin. So they signed a 9,000-year lease. 9,000 years. Why? Because they're smart. Guinness is literally going to be around when, like, you have 200 generations of people, like, down the road, man. It's going to be great. I mean, like, Guinness will always be there. Unless the world dies. But, you know, until then. So they'll be there till the end
Cockroaches,
of time.
Keith Richards.
And Guinness. And Guinness.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, wait, Betty White.
Twinkies. No, you forgot Twinkies, dude.
Betty White, man.
No.
Zombieland made it very clear that Twinkies are hard to come by.
Oh, yeah.
But they're there.
They're there.
But they're there. So are
Yeah,
snowballs. Cool. Okay, so yeah, this is Old Faithful. This is classic canned beer. It has a nitrous ball, or not nitrous, a nitrogen ball. Nitrous would be nitrous. So this is going to need to settle once it's in your glass. It looks really light at first. All those bubbles, so like in regular CO2. So every beer, let me just keep backtracking here. Every beer has 2 different types of gases in it, and one of them is CO2, and the other one is nitrogen. Now, when you have a regular ale, normally you're pouring it at 75% CO2 and 25% nitrogen. Nitro beers are the exact opposite, where you have 75% nitrogen and 25% CO2. So that way, it makes the bubbles even smaller, and even as it's settled like this, it looks literally like a fabric felt top right on there. That's the bubbles are so small that it just creates this cushion that looks like foam there. I mean, it's foam, but I mean like thick foam, like memory foam. Like I would say, compare that to memory foam. But yeah, you can pour this straight down because you want to activate that carbonation in there. Yours is the closest to actual true style of what kind of glass you should drink Guinness in. It's got like a marshmallow look. Yeah, crazy. Got a good cloud on top.
You're just missing the Bailey's, boys.
Missing the Bailey's, boys. What if you had a big pint glass of Bailey's and dropped a shot of Guinness in it? Sounds like a bad idea.
We'll be
Don't do
in
this
heaven
at
an
home,
hour
kids.
before the devil knows we're there, that's for sure.
That'll be part 3.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Dangerous things to do.
Ooh. Yeah, especially with us around.
Doesn't smell like anything.
No.
Oh,
An English pint is 20 ounces. A true Irishman can drink an English pint of Guinness in 6 gulps. And it's easy to see why. It literally goes down like water.
Yep.
You're getting like a small, like cocoa chocolate, small amount of that, like that cocoa powder, super malt, and a little smoky, and it literally has the consistency of water. It's so easy to drink, and that tiny carbonation is just like that really smooth, silky feel that goes right down your throat.
Phrasing.
Honestly, when you're talking about true styles, this is as Irish as it gets, to be honest. Like this and Jameson, man, that's what it comes down to. It's a classic. I mean, for me, I give it 4 out of 5 pals, but that's only because it's a classic and it's not trying to wow me.
Yeah.
It is going to be around for generations to come.
I agree too.
It'll always be around.
4 out of 5 pals for me.
I'm gonna one up you guys. This is a staple. This is St. Patrick's Day. I mean, when we talk about what it is, every bar across the world, honestly, is gonna have Guinness.
It's tradition.
And you know, there's one thing that we learned: you don't mess with tradition.
Yeah, you don't mess with tradition.
Don't mess with it. So we're going 5 pals here.
I agree with you. I mean, it's good. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it is crazy to think that like every bar around the world that's celebrating St. Patrick's Day is going to have Guinness there. You know what I mean? It's like you created a legacy that literally will
never die.
It'll never die.
Never die.
It'll never die.
Yep. And speaking of which, going on to round 2, we're going to change the palette a little bit from Guinness to something different. It could be a game changer, or it could be a game ender.
Next beer we have is the Nitro Irish Stout from Breckenridge Brewery out of my home state, Colorado. This also has a nitro beer the nitro ball in there, and should be pretty close to what we have. I'm thinking a little bit thicker mouthfeel with it being a stout.
Ooh, thicker?
Ooh.
Oh, that made that was a lot louder than the last one.
I'm just a little white boy wanting to play with the big boys. Ooh.
Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Definitely takes a lot longer for it to rise up. That's beautiful. That is just... It's like watching.
Looks really similar.
It's like watching a pop rise
Yeah.
up at the end.
This is this could be a game changer, boys.
Still not getting a lot of a little bit.
Oh wait, I'm getting coffee.
I'm getting coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting coffee.
Yep.
Like black, dark bean, dark roast.
Yeah. You gotta. It's definitely a good roasted malt. It does say it's Irish malt too.
Smooth.
Definitely tastes lighter though. It even tastes lighter than Guinness.
Yeah, but Guinness has that, dare I say, caramely compared to this.
Mm-hmm.
It has more of like I don't want to say that the cocoa isn't sweet,
Right.
This is.
It was more bitter than that.
This is a lot better. It's a lot better too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's if you take a bunch of coffee beans, ground them up, and take a little spoonful and put it on your tongue. That's what this tastes like on the initial hit on the taste buds.
Like it's there, but like
Yeah.
I like once you have like coffee stouts and coffee like I don't know. Once you have a good like straight up coffee beer, then you notice it's so much more. Those coffee notes are coming from the malted barley, which is it is a very common.
This thing could classify as a coffee beer.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, there's so many coffee beers out there. I feel like this could come in and sneak in on some of the smaller breweries that have a coffee beer.
If you did a blind taste test, yes, you would easily say, okay, yeah, I can see that this is a coffee beer. That like if you drank 2, you could be like, oh, this is definitely a coffee beer. But I feel like if you drink it side by side with a coffee beer, then you'll see a huge difference.
Yeah.
I mean, you still get those coffee notes in there. But actually, Breckenridge actually makes a pumpkin spice latte beer. It's on Nitro, and it comes out every year around fall. So keep that in mind too. So they have coffee beers too. On Nitro, it's crazy. I think it's really, really smooth. But yeah, this one I don't want to chug though.
Yeah.
I say that flavor profile.
I noticed you did, and you're kind of making that.
No, I did it because I want to see if that coffee taste changes. Because to me, I'm stuck on a kind of a coffee or taste now. It's probably because we just did the Guinness.
Okay,
And that's going to give a sweet profile and makes this bitter.
Because the initial face you had after you chugged it, you kind of had the reverse Mikey from Life. Mikey didn't like it, but
no, I that was the exact opposite.
Maybe it's you're trying to figure it out.
I was trying to figure it out. I just figure it out.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
No, but in all honesty, Pitter Patter I like this beer.
Yeah, I mean
it's pretty decent. Mm-hmm. I like it a lot. Yeah, for sure. I'd say easily 4 out of 5 pounds for me.
Okay.
It's pretty solid. Yeah, if it was on the Nitro line, especially if you walk into a bar and they have a Nitro line, it's not Guinness, and it was this, I wouldn't be upset. I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll have that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say 4 out of 5 pounds.
Yeah.
And just, it's obviously it's not Guinness. There are things about it that are better, but at the same time, I think it's like we say, we're used to tradition, and this is something a little different. And but for for a different Nitro Stout, that's for Nitro Stout, that's good.
Yeah, I'm stuck that it tastes like coffee. And
I
can't get over it because I'm not a fan of coffee beers. I never liked them.
Sure.
I always thought they were like the pumpkin beers.
Sure.
I couldn't do it. I like this. It tastes like coffee. I like this. That's what's mind blowing to me is that I actually like this beer. Now, do I like it more than Old Trusty, the Mr. Guinness over here? Absolutely not.
No.
But if I walk into a bar and we're in Colorado and this is on tap, and I see Guinness on tap, I'm sorry, Guinness, but I'm gonna order one.
Probably, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Especially in Colorado, if you're getting it from the source too. But it's definitely one of those breweries that pretty much anything they make, I'd get pretty excited about. I liked where to go. Oh, okay.
How many pounds did you get?
I'm at 4.
Four. That unanimous 4.
Yeah, it's a 4. It's a quality, good beer.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, folks, we are at the home stretch, or not the home stretch, the halfway mark.
Yeah. Now we got 2 more, and they're a little heavier than this. All right, so the next beer we have is a special variety of Guinness. You can find this in a variety pack that they have for Guinness right now for St. Patrick's Day. This is called the Antwerpen. So this is the version of Stout, the Guinness Stout that they would send when they first started sending it to Belgium. And this version would be made from in cahoots with a brewer's project, and they worked together and made a collaboration beer called the Antwerpen version of the Guinness Stout. So this is that version of that beer, just like how the Blonde was the same version of the beer that they made in Maryland when they first arrived in America. This is the beer that they made in Antwerpen. So, should be interesting. I've never had this one before, so it's always interesting. This is gonna be.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's right.
Get the water out of the glass so we don't.
There is not a nitrogen imbalance here. This is more of a CO2 beer. So actually, I might want to take this.
Yeah, it's a little bit of
Can't repeat
That's what the paper towels is for, Bob.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Bobby,
Oh, Bob!
let me tell you about propane.
I'll sell propane and propane accessories. Propane, BDSC.
What?
Antwerpen.
You got a lot of head there. Head's important, but
You have a lot of head, I have no head.
what's
Antwerpen.
Still, you gave me a little bit more head. It's
that? Well, when you stick it in there, it gets you.
well, I think it also depends on the size of the glass too,
Yeah.
and the shape of the glass.
Lads, this drink goes off to me Antwerpen. She fell and broke her ass twerking.
There you go.
There
That's
you
a
go.
toast if I ever heard one.
Toast forever.
Ooh.
That tastes kind of like raspberries.
It's like a wine.
I'm getting that like a bitter berry flavoring. That is strange. I mean, like it's good, but that is not at all what I expected.
No, I
would not tart like raspberries, but that sweet and roundness.
It's like a porter on steroids.
It's so strange.
It came out of left field. Because you're sitting here and you see this and you're thinking, okay, So it's a Belgium infused. So it's gonna be probably our normal stout that we get from Guinness, but with a bigger punch.
Oh, dude!
And
if you look through the light, you get a really dark red.
I still have black.
oh, I see. You know, there's red.
Like if you get like a corner of the light.
Glass. I can't see it in my glass.
If you grab my glass,
No, I see it looking through yours.
That is so cool. I mean, I can because it reminds me of like when we did the reviews on like the Neapolitan and the Spumoni. They both have that really dark hint of red, especially on top. This is more towards the bottom.
So it's not actually saying anything on here, but here's what I know about Guinness and what I know about Belgian beers, especially Belgian quads. Belgian quads are their really dark version of a dark beer and are normally really high alcohol. This one is 8%, by the way. So I'm getting a lot of those very similar to a Belgian quad notes to this, and that's where I'm getting all that sweetness. That Belgian yeast, if they're using Belgian yeast, they're doing something Belgian, some kind of characteristic in here that is giving it this huge amount of natural sweetness. It's honestly why I love Belgian beers in general. But now that I'm thinking, I was just thinking like they were brewing it there in Belgium, but it definitely feels like they had an influence because this doesn't taste like normal Guinness at all.
I think I found what it is. It's a roasted malt, smoked wood, and dark chocolate notes. I think the smokiness with that chocolate just gives
it's
you
the smokiness. That gets me. That's so strange.
I mean, because like we think that we're tasting something like raspberries, because like the aftertaste made me think at first I was like, this is almost like drinking a sour at some point. Sometimes. I mean,
sure.
But I know it's not. That's the thing. It's mindfuck.
So
it really is.
So it kind of reminds me of like the dark chocolate raspberry filled Godiva chocolate you get at Barnes.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting out of this. Like it's
you.
just a deep raspberry flavor, not like I don't know. That's so strange. I know that that's not what they're shooting for, but that's what my palate's telling me right now, and it's saying that there's like that dark raspberry flavor.
Wow.
That's crazy. Like I know it's not in there, but that is crazy.
It's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
wicked good.
Yeah. So far, this is my best beer of the night. I gave it 5 out of 5 pals. Like I kid you not. Like if this you never see this anywhere, so I don't know where you're ever gonna see it on tap. But if you ever see it in the pack, that's my favorite beer so far. I really like that.
And when I said earlier about it being kind of a mindfuck, it's like, are you drinking a stout, are you drinking a port, are you drinking a sour? It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you're not used to it. And I'm
complexity.
going to agree, 5 out of 5 pounds.
That was really good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, you know what? I'm setting full sail on this boat with you guys. We're going 5 across the board.
Unanimous.
Unanimous.
We haven't had this for a while.
Good. Yeah. This was really, really good.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
All
Hell
right.
yeah, if you ever see it, grab it. That's a snagger.
I go to Benny's now and try to get your hands on it. It is.
It's a 12-pack and it's got the other 3 kinds too. But that's how they get you.
Yep. Well, that being said, we've got one more to go. It is a Guinness, but let's see if it holds up. I mean, got some high expectations.
Alright, so we have our last beer of the night. This is our 9th beer of the night. This is the 200th anniversary style of the beer. They celebrated their 200th anniversary, their new brewery after they opened up, where the St. James Gate is now. And that was in 1817, so they celebrated in 2017. And this is that style of that beer. So I want to see how different it is. I am curious if it's similar to their export stout, not the Belgian export stout, that was incredible, but they have a regular export stout as well, but I'm curious how similar this is to regular Guinness too.
Here we go, boys.
Alright, let's go tilt this one again.
Yeah, little tilt action.
Yep.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's black.
like my soul.
Okay, it's a little lighter in the light, but still very dark.
Yeah.
I can see it at the bottom of the glass in the light, but
Yeah. That's pretty dark.
Yeah, it's like my ex-girlfriend's heart.
Don't go there.
oh, Kuntry.
Oh dear.
Oh,
right.
dear. White
You're-
flower.
You're saying what we're one is saying, but
Ooh.
It's dense. It's dense.
I'm kind of getting a little bit of the same nose as we got in the last one. Not a lot, but I guess it's maybe a smoky flavor.
It's nutty.
Yeah.
It's kind of nutty.
It's real
Toasty.
nutty.
Yeah, toasty nuts.
Toasty.
Toasted nuts.
Like
That's
toasted
kinda what I
nuts
get.
on an open fire.
Oh yeah.
Roasting, not chestnuts.
No,
Like-
chestnuts, no.
Like the brave little
This ain't
toaster if he was an
Christmas.
alcoholic.
Actually, that's kind of a good way to put it. It's the burnt toast crumbs that end up at the bottom of the toaster. And I know that sounds bad, but that's what it tastes like. It kind of tastes like burnt bread. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like burnt bread. Like when you're eating toast and you get that burnt end on it, that's what
It
it
tastes
kinda
like
tastes
the underarm of Bert Kreischer's armpit.
Yeah, it tastes like burnt bread.
It tastes like the underside of Marlon Brando's jowls.
You know what this tastes like?
I knew you would give me that face.
Anyway.
You know what, K. You know, just K.
You know what?
K.
K. You know what?
K. You know K. You know what this tastes like?
House. I'm seriously. I don't know.
Don't ask me this question. I mean, Gail's gonna give this more pals than I would.
Gail pound anything.
She'd give you more pals than Super Mario Brothers than the original one. Not the Nintendo one, just the Mario Brothers. You know, when they're down the sewer. Just jumping around. Hit the power button. They go upside down.
But they don't hit the power button, or
No, but
they jump on the power button.
You know how they made the music for that?
You don't
video game?
punch the power button. No,
Do
you,
you know how-
you jump up and then you get down on the power.
Do you know how they made?
you're down with the pal there then, Bob?
Down with the power.
Do you
Oh
know?
boy. We do
do
have
you
a
know-
classic gamer then.
Do you know? Do you know how they made the music for that level? Do you know how they made the music for that level? By using tubas.
Tuba.
This beer's not bad. I'm not mad. It's 6%. I wouldn't order it again, but I'm not mad. It's a quality stout. If this is what you're looking for, but when I'm going out looking for a stout besides, like the tradition, or even seeing that Breckenridge, I don't know. That last one, I would probably hit somebody for. Not in the face, but like in the arm, like, give me back my beer. I'd hit somebody for that beer. This one, I mean, like, if you dude stole my beer, it's like, I'm just getting another one.
This was such a big build-up. This is kind of...
Yeah,
This had a lot of anticipation being the 200th anniversary.
Maybe we had it in our heads that it was supposed to be more than it was. But it's not a bad beer. It's not a bad made beer.
It's not bad. It's not great. It's
yeah,
not
but I'm just not excited to order another one.
It's a beer to taste, and if you have the acquired taste for it and you enjoy it, then you probably get another. But I'm gonna have to. I'm thinking a little pals here, boys.
I'm going 2 pals here, buddy.
I'm going a pal below the belt. I'll go 1.5 pals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 1 pal. I feel strong in that. It's just it's not there. It's a really
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the blonde in Satisfactory.
Kind of, yeah. where
Because of the
I'm
name,
just
you get your hopes
dissatisfied.
up, and then...
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, this should be good. And I'm like, okay.
well. Well, unfortunately, it was kind of lackluster to end this episode, folks. But we hope you enjoyed all the beers that we've done in the 2-part, episodes of this. Make sure that you like, share, and as always, ring that bell and push the red button. How could I forget that?
Winter beer of the night, the Antwerpen version.
Antwerpen is the beer of the night.
By far,
The champ.
15 pals overall. I mean,
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we went through a lot of beers, and this is probably the cake winner, the bread winner here.
Yep, amen to that. Well, folks, like we said, hope you enjoyed, and be sure you stay tuned for next time. We have something a little bit different that Kuntry's bringing for us. Until then, I'm Wild Man Wess.
I'm Jefe.
I'm DJ Kuntry.
And we will see you next time on Dragonfire Entertainment. If there's anything you want to see, we got a comment section below. Leave a request, because we love you. Always have. Take care. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Drive safe.
Addy, addy,
White
addy,
flower.
addy.